Welcome to Big Mike's Real Reviews. This is Big Mike, and today I'm going to be covering Antman and the Wasp Quantumania. This is the first movie from Marvel Studios in Phase 5, which is the multiverse saga, which follows the adventures of Scott Lang and getting trapped into the quantum realm, where he encounters Kang the Conqueror for the first time, which is going to set up the main villain in the MCU going forward, well, at least for the multiversal saga, in Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror. So, first of all, let me say, Phase 4, okay? This is a very, divisive plot point, or, talking point for amongst MCU fans and Marvel fans, how Phase 4 was a little bit lackluster, and I will have to agree with that. Now, this being the first movie in Phase 5, I think I had high hopes. Now, I'm not going to say they were totally met, because they weren't. However, this was a really good way to kick off Phase 5. I thought they put a lot in here that actually worked, even though there was things in the movie that didn't work. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about any spoilers in this review. But I think the standout in this film, of course, was Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. He was definitely a standout in this movie. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, he was the best thing about the movie. Going forward, I really am excited to see where they're going to go from here. Things that didn't work. Now, in the trailer, this isn't a spoiler, because if you saw the trailer, you saw that MODOK is in the movie. It was very unnerving and unsettling when you would see MODOK without the metal mask covering his face. That was one of the things I was like, man, I understand that's pretty much how MODOK is supposed to look, but I feel like the CG just wasn't quite polished enough, and instead of it looking more like MODOK, it just looked really weird and creepy, and just it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me at all. What did work is the dynamic between Scott and his daughter. Actually, the whole Pym family, how they had a close family relationship. They got trapped in the quantum realm. There was so much that they didn't know about the quantum realm that maybe someone was keeping from them. It was just a lot about the movie that did work at that point, and actually had one of the characters did have or knew of Kang before he was introduced. So a lot of the things, like I said, in the movie did work. I felt like the pacing might have been a little off as far as how the acts go. The first act was really compelling. I think it kind of was dragging a little bit in the second act, but by the third act, it was picking back up again, and I started to really enjoy the movie. And of course, since it's being an Ant-Man movie, it had to have a subplot of a heist. It also had to have a little bit more comedy in it than some of the previous MCU films, but not talk about Thor: Love and Thunder, where it didn't belong. I think Thor: Love and Thunder had way too much comedy where it didn't belong in that film. But in this one, this actually had less comedy than Thor: Love and Thunder, but it actually still worked in that context. So ultimately, I think I'm going to give this movie probably a 7.5, leaning more towards an 8 out of 10. I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. It wasn't great, but I am excited to see where we're going with the Kang dynasty from here. Also leading into Loki season 2, I'm wondering, are we going to get more of Kang or Nathaniel Richards, whatever name he's going to be using, in that series, He Who Remains, whatever the case may be. So I think this was a solid first entry into Phase 5, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next. So with that being said, that's going to be the end of the video.
I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, give this video a like. It's much appreciated. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified of all my latest content. And once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.